So I make these videos because I want to depict the level of manipulations and the level of illogicalness. This is why they use childlike people, right? They need the level of shamelessness of a child. Because, for example, I just in the last videos I was talking about, they've created this false memory. First of all, they were trying to create this narration about this guy, right? You see him. I remember he was telling me about the kids of his boss or whatever, and I was like, okay, whatever. But in the last video, I talked about how like they're creating this false memory. I remember when I used to work at this company, the reason why I'm here, the reason why they can say Roy Moore, every time, like let's just say somebody had a kid, they will come during their maternity leave or something like that and bring their babies, and we all go around them, and then we, matter of fact, as I'm saying that, they're going to try to make me swallow saliva because apparently that's me. But anyways, so we will all go around the baby and say, oh, and just be, try to have like small talks. Oh, is that cute, that good, like try to like have this pretend moment of like, oh, we care, oh, how beautiful this moment is, or whatever, and I hated that, honestly, but it was part of the game. It was part of this thing we're all supposed to be doing. I hated that because I did not care much about these people and their kids, right? I just wanted to get back to my desktop, to my cubicle, and just focus on that, and just it's not pretending that I care about these people who really were making life hard for me. But there's this moment where I forgot whose child it was. It was, I think, a daughter of somebody. I don't know if it was this daughter of this boss of mine, of the boss, or was he one of the coworker? It's one of those daughter. And I remember she came to with her daughter, and I remember it's typical thing. We go around the kid, we talk about, oh yeah, we'll have the small talks, we talk about, oh yeah, she's doing it, she's eating well, she's doing this, like weird, like typical like parent things, like and to me, I was like, I don't know what to say to them, right? And I remember my boss putting his keys around her neck, and she started crying, yeah, like a baby would, right? She didn't like that. And now what's happening now, right, is like they're making me experience this moment with some stimulations, this peripheral stimulation they force me to have now. It's what you call the false memories, right? They can go in your memories, change a memory to experience it in a different fashion. In October 2020, I think October 29, I talked about it the first time. And so they've been doing that all the time. They go look where can we implant things, right? And now the argument they were trying to have this back and forth is like, whose daughter was it? Was he like the boss's boss, or was he one of your coworker? And like, first of all, my memories as is right now is just like shut completely. That not shut, but again, it's harder for me to remember. But these things, it doesn't matter whose daughter it was. It's like, regardless of whose daughter it was, I did not get the stimulation. And like, no, but you see, if you don't know whose daughter it was, so the stimulation could be real because you couldn't remember whose daughter it was, because if remember what, and they try to get you to like even subscribe in this fashion. Obviously, you can hear the level of illogicalness. Then they try to be like, oh, but remember this guy's face? Remember this person? Yeah, I remember when he said that. I remember they were doing. The kids were like saying the alphabet, right? And I remember them saying the alphabet, and he comes back. He says, "Oh, I like what I like about Monica's, and Monica's not her real name. Monica's, I love her kids." I was like, "Oh, okay, good for you." I'm looking at him, it's like he probably just trying to kiss her ass or whatever. She's the boss. And now they're like, "No, when you were hearing them saying the alphabet, you get some stimulation, and they implanted stimulations." Now they're like, no, what he was talking about is like when they were younger, when they're like babies, and they came to the office, and my boss put the chain, like, no, the keys around it. She and started crying. He saw the stimulation there, and then so that's why he was trying to talk about. Now you understand how illogical this thing is, right? The reason why my brain is even entertaining this is because it's manipulated to this level. Because the reality is they're forcing false memories with stimulations. As I'm saying that, they tell me how they're going to rape me, they're going to torture me, all of that while I'm saying these things, because they want me to accept this illogicalness, these manipulations of my memories, because this is going to happen to me, because I'm going to be tortured, and they try to use that at the same time while they're forcing these false memories. And they have no shame, right? They will come up with memories that are so falsified and try to look at you and try to think that if I slam the door loud enough, he's going to believe it. Or if I yell. Listen, it's obvious that they do these false memories, right? And they've been doing that for a while. If you listen to a lot of my videos, you hear that I'm saying, like, they keep looking for what they can manipulate and change into a false memory. I said that many times. And these people try to agitate me. As I was like stuttering for a second, somebody was like, man. They're like child-like people. Because it's obvious that what they're doing right now is analyzing where they can create a falsified memory. And then create these battles that makes no sense, as you can hear. To try to make me subscribe to these things. But because my brain is so manipulated, I am completely, it can go with it. So you hear these people using this different tonality, try to sound serious. Oh, he does. Oh, your hand is gonna be broken. So that's true. You hear somebody screaming outside, yelling, and so you're gonna be castrated. Castrate. You see, so this false memory should be true. You understand this obvious systematic tactics they use. It's purely obvious. And so you hear these people, weak as they ever get. I mean, I'm talking about some of the weakest human beings you might even see in your life. And I'm talking about a weakness that is so profound that you don't understand talking to you like that, which maybe is part of this tormenting too, because you look at them, it's like, oh my gosh, this person will pass out. It will take a millisecond for this person to break down. And they're here to try to make you subscribe to it by telling you you're going to be castrated. It's like, at one point I was like, listen, here's my knife. I'll come to you and you can castrate me. You hear me scream and everything else, but you are not going to escape from how delusional, falsified, and fraudulent you're part of. It's such a weak low life, and I'm so glad that I'd rather get castrated than having to create things like that, memories of that nature. Try to come up with these things that's obviously falsified. And because you screamed, because you yell, because you say you're using this bike thing, this noise with the bike, I'm supposed to subscribe to this? I know who's the pedophiles. You work for them. The entities constructing these low lives are filled with pedophiles. With me, they are here trying to come up and rewire my memories and rewrite it in so different many ways and try to tell me, oh, you see these people, your employee that sold these products? Yeah, they knew. It was. And then they tried to make me imagine a moment when there was kids and then give me stimulations. And like, oh, they saw that. And give me this false stimulation they give me now. I'm like, no, this is a falsified memory. You're giving me stimulation that I didn't experience then, and now in my memories you're making me experiencing it. Making me experiencing it. And they're like, oh, but they saw what you did to this woman. To say, oh, sorry. These people put me in a program that is ravaging, torturing women and children, and it's like, oh, for this woman that they don't care about, we want to put him in this program, in a program that is killing all these women. No. You're creating these false memories so you can create this false portrayal of who I am with the pedophile type of torture. They use this noise campaign, they come up with a new version of stories, and they're like, oh, we won because my brain, as I said, is not mine anymore. It's just falsified. It's just created into something else. And these losers that will take this as a win. No, you're forcing me to have these false memories of this baby. You put the keys around and crying, and now I'm getting stimulations of that memories. And you hear this grown man try to sound menacing. It's like, yeah, I'm grown. This is a grown man who works for pedophiles. They're here forcing falsified memories into this fashion. Listen, the reason why I make these videos is because I see and I can feel my brain slowly fading into a logic of damn near spectralism. I am becoming more and more and more and more. What's the word I'm trying to use? The sanity is fading out. Because for somebody to even subscribe to this false memory, and the thing is, I'm aware it's false. But they try to create these battles. But what's going to happen if they try to make themselves seen, right? In this moment, I'm going to be like, this is a kind of man, this is a kind of woman, this is a kind of person that will try to make you accept these falsified memories. and give me stimulation now, and then make me subscribe to it. It's like, oh, that was you. Oh my gosh, oh, it's you, it's you, it's you. And I'm yelling and all that. As I said that, they try to do this. They try to. Oh wow, it's crazy. But the manipulation is non-stop. And so yeah. But in case you ever forget that they falsify memory, listen to this.
From what I have experienced, they are able to impose any information on the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images in imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain, they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory.
And this is in 2007. Now, obviously, I know they do that, and this is what they do. They can manipulate the memory to experience it in a different fashion. And then they try to gaslight you anyways, with intimidations, with warnings of torture, with all kind of things to try to get you to accept this falsified memory and have this logic. Oh my gosh, the logic itself, it is extremely illogical. That as I'm saying that, they're making noise campaign as they are supposed to, because they're making me think of this guy I'm looking at, because I'm supposed to subscribe to this guy. To all my attacking video, stay strong and know that justice will be done for this low lifeness that these people live. At least I got the chance to speak about what's happening to me, and I'm grateful for that. And I got the chance to see things for what they were, at least for this moment. And if I can't do that anymore, I'm so glad that I had this opportunity to speak up and talk about it. And I know that things are going to be reimbursed properly for the things they do to us.